All right. Welcome everyone to our Lucy Libido class. This class is based upon the book, and I'm sure Sean or Sonia will show us what the book looks like. Unfortunately, I don't have the book. Before I get into my content of the class, I just want to let everyone know that watches it later on. What we do is we record the content of the class, and then at the very end, we stop the recording. And that's when we do our question and answer part. And most of the time it deals with the class. Some other times it deals with other questions people might have. So that's an advantage to watching the class live or to participate in the class live, is you get that question and answer part available to you. But you also know that if you have questions, you can reach out to your leaders. Okay, so I'm starting off with other ways to help besides oils and supplements. Okay, so just like anything, we need to be healthy. We need to drink lots of water. We need to eat healthy foods. One thing that I've been learning a lot about is staying away from vegetable oil. Now, you might think, well, we need vegetable oil to do some of our cooking. Yes, we do, but there's some vegetable oil that is better for us and some that is worse for us. So I suggest you look that up, and that can be a whole topic on itself. The other thing is sugar, reducing sugar from your daily nutrition. It's hard. I try to do it, but there's sometimes when I have better days than others. But it is, if you're trying, that's better than not doing it at all. So thinking healthy. Another thing is chemicals. We have chemicals all around us. We have chemicals in shampoo, we have chemicals in our food, we have chemicals in our beauty products. We have chemicals just all over the place, and we need to make sure that we are limiting our chemicals. Most of us got into Young Living because of that, or because we really enjoyed the smell of the oils. Chemicals can be endocrine disruptors. They can create long-term toxicity in the body, and they can affect our hormones. They can, when it comes to our hormones, they can create zytoestrogen, and it is a foreign estrogen, and it imitates real estrogen, and so your body thinks it's real estrogen when it's really not. And you need to make sure that you are watching what you are using so that you don't have all these chemicals coming into your body. So read your labels on all products, not only your food, but some of your products you might choose to use for your libido. There are chemical-free options, which Sean and Sonia will talk about. But here are some other options that aren't Young Living related. Maybe create a date night, whether it's weekly or whether it's once a month or once every 3 weeks or once every 2 weeks, whatever it works for you. Just kind of go out on a date with your husband. Our date is usually go get dinner. Well, it hasn't been lately, but go get dinner and then we go get groceries. Not the most romantic thing, but that's what we like to do for our date nights. Leave each other some notes. Put if your spouse packs a lunch, hide a little note in their lunch, just saying hi, I love you. Or one time my husband colored a heart and stuck it in there, and actually I didn't find it for 3 days. He had to tell me that it was in there, so shame on me. Just do something to, create a little spice in your life. If you're, there's ways to set the mood as well. And when I was writing this down, I think of all those TV shows where they have candles all over the place. And I think, no, don't use those candles. So get your diffuser going. There's certain oils that we will hear about that are good for setting the mood. Music can help set the mood. Flowers, lighting. There's so many different ways that you can do that. Just try to reconnect with your spouse the best you can. with some of the things that Sean and Sunny are going to talk about. So who goes first? Who goes next? I forgot. Sean does. All right. So I'm going to mute myself.
All right. So I got tasked with covering the female products. And the place I'm going to start is with the oils, because I don't know, that's where we always want to start, right? Like, tell me about the oils. So the first oil that you really want to look into is Progessence Plus. And how many of you, by show of hands, are doing the monthly challenge that we're doing right now, the Progessence Plus and the Endoflex? Okay, that's really, those two are like two top oils. Progessence Plus is going to be one of those that just helps to level out your moods. If you're familiar with progesterone, it kind of tanks the week before your period. That's what tells your body to have a period. And when that happens, it can cause headaches. It can cause just emotions. It can just pent up aggravation. And when you're using the Progessence Plus, it can really help just even out those moods. I know for me, that was a game changer when I started about 5 years ago. So it's also a really great oil if you are looking to get pregnant. I know Sonia talks about that is one of the oils that really helped her get pregnant. Was it with Connor, your last one? Yeah. And then
sorry, it was with Andrew. It was with Andrew.
Oh, with Andrew. Okay. Yes. And then Progessence Plus was developed by Dr. Purser, and he specialized in women's hormonal issues. And let's see, it helps women who have things like endometriosis, menstrual migraines, PMS. If you're having all that, you're not in the mood. So you got to get that taken care of first, right? And then after Progessence Plus, another one to look into is lady scleral or sclerescence, because those two help improve mood and wellness also. Sclerescence is ingestible. So if you're not a fan of the smell of lady scleral, you could put a drop of sclerescence under your tongue. Wait about 30 seconds because underneath your tongue is like the most, other than intravenous, it's the second most, fastest way to get into your system. So Dragon Thyme is also another really great oil. It's for hormone balancing, especially around your period, which is why it's called Dragon Thyme. It can help with cramping and improve your mood. And Endoflex is an endocrine supporting oil. So it helps regulate your metabolism, growth and development, tissue, sexual function, reproduction, sleep, and mood. So it's a really great one for all areas of, women's endocrine systems. And it's really great for the pineal and the pituitary glands, which are, in your brain and in the back of your head. So if you put it on the back of your neck, or if you want to put it on your adrenal glands, which are on your back, just above your kidneys. So just think like the small of your back on both sides of your spine. Another really great oil for women is ylang ylang. And ylang ylang actually with Idaho blue spruce, if you were to put those two in a diffuser 30 minutes before you went into the bedroom, it just helps put it in your diffuser, close the door, and just let it run before you go to bed. It just helps to create a mood that once you're into that room, it smells amazing, first of all, ylang ylang and Idaho blue spruce, or you can either use Northern Lights black spruce or Idaho blue spruce. So ylang ylang is in joy and sensation. We always recommend, Jerry, when you're new, the blends are where it's at because you're getting the most bang for your buck. And if you bought joy or sensation, it would have ylang ylang in it. And it helps to increase libido in women. Ylang ylang does. So I remember when my mom first got into oils and she told me, "Oh, I bought that joy, Sean." I'm like, "Mom, I don't want to know." I don't want to know that. It works, Sean, it works. That's what she kept telling me. I'm like, okay, that's enough. And it's good in men and women, the ylang ylang. The next one is cypress. Cypress is really great for increasing circulation. So this is good for men and it's also good for women. So our little love button needs blood circulating. So cypress is good for circulation. Cypress and orange together in a roller with, I don't think I put any carrier oil, it's just half and half. That works amazing. And I roll that on like my inner thighs or my lower abdomen. And that can help get you in the mood also. So if you're, if you've kind of scheduled, I know like sometimes with our busy schedules, you have to schedule time to spend with your spouse. That's a good time to use that. And so we talked about joy already. It's very similar to ylang ylang. It's going to bring those feelings of love. And sensation is another really great one. Orange, we talked about Idaho blue spruce. Oh, this is the book. This is the Lucy Libido book. And I'm pretty sure you can buy it on Amazon. If you just searched Lucy Libido, it's really simple to read. It's cute too, because, she puts this little mustache on here to show you that it's like the oil for men. So, goldenrod. I'll let Sonia cover that one. All right, so that is like the gist of the oils for women. The other book that I grabbed, oh, it looks like my pen fell out. I think it was page 64. Yeah, okay. So the other book that I grabbed to talk about supplements for women is the Supplement Desk Reference. And this is by Jen O'Sullivan. She has different protocols that she's written out for women. And the interesting thing was the one protocol that I looked at, or the first one that I looked at, it says it's a menopause protocol, but it also said you could use it if you were wanting to get pregnant, which I thought was interesting. She doesn't say why, but it'll also increase your fertility. And she says, as we age, our hormone production changes. We still have and need our hormones, but in some areas, such as reproduction, these hormones are not as necessary. This shift in hormones can cause undesirable effects in the body, such as night sweats, temperature regulation, and from hot to cold, and erratic mood swings. That comes along with the red hair too. I don't know about you, Stephanie. So it's even worse. The supplements in this protocol will help regulate this process. It's important to note women who are desiring to get pregnant may also follow this protocol. If you're going through menopause and do not wish to become pregnant, please use precaution. This protocol effectively regulates and restores your reproductive system. So she gives the protocol here, and it's Progestins Plus, Femigen, which is one of the supplements, PD8020, which is also a supplement, and then Master Formula, which is our vitamin complex. And she says, like before breakfast, use this. At breakfast, take these. She says Progestins Plus in the morning, if you want to know. Since I think we're all in this gamut. Femigen, take 1 capsule with breakfast. And then PD8020, you're going to take 1 capsule with breakfast. And then multi-formula comes in like a little packet. You take the packet. And then before bed, you use Progestins Plus again. And she says, how long should you use this protocol? Every person's needs are different and everyone's situation is different. Some may need to take this type of protocol every day for the rest of their lives, while others may only need to take it during certain seasons. So you really do want to try to just kind of listen to your body. Your body knows, sorry, Ariel, to call you out on this, but she said the libido's starting to come back. I mean, your son is how old? 1 year?
He'll be 1 in 2 weeks.
So maybe, some people's libido might come back after 8 weeks, but for whatever reason, hers took a year. Like maybe that's just what your body needed in order to be able to produce again. So, our bodies know how to work. We're just helping it do the right thing.
It didn't help that I had a 3rd-degree tear either.
Oh yeah, that will do it. And then there's also a postmenopausal protocol in here, and there is a adrenal support protocol, which I think most people, if you are stressed at all, it's important to know. And she's got a formula in here. She says to use cortisop if you have mild stress. If you have severe stress, she says to use endogize. So if you're under a lot of stress, you want to be using endogize. And if it's just like a minimal amount of stress, like I think most of us are probably under minimal amounts of stress, even if you don't feel it. I remember when I started using oils, I didn't think I was under stress until I started using them, and then realized, oh yeah, I don't feel as stressed now. Like I know before, because I would just like get angry at the drop of a hat when the kids would fight, or something would happen that didn't go the way it was supposed to. I'd be frustrated and angry right away. But once I started using oils, it gave my body, like I wasn't under so much stress that I was able to respond appropriately. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in like the protocol for this adrenal support, you can always message me and I'll like shoot pictures of it and send it to you. But this is a really great book. I'm pretty sure you can get this on Amazon also. I'm pretty sure that I may have bought it directly from her, and I could find out, oh, her website is Vitality. No, I take that back. She's got two on here. Her website is 3131oils.com. And then there's also another one that's vitality.edu.com. She has a lot of really great materials. Jen O'Sullivan does. So she's one of those who likes to research. All right, that's all I have on females. Take it away.
Thank you, Sean. You did great. I just wanted to keep taking notes. And I'm kind of like Ariel. Like I've done this class how many times and I'm still learning something new. And I've been doing oils for 7 years. So with Sean telling you guys about those two books, I highly recommend both of those books. You can get both of them on Amazon. It just goes through the details and just helps you dive into it more and use it as a resource, through all the different things. Cause we're throwing a lot at you. Sorry, Jerry. This is a lot of products. You're like, whoa, there is a lot. But if I were to say anything to help people, if they're feeling like low libido, I would say sensation or joy, just to get that and try it and use it on your wrist, use it on your heart, use it behind your ears, diffuse it, like really just try one oil, because we did give you guys a lot of oils, and orange. I think that's a great one too. So I wanted to share just really quick some of my stories. Like Sean was saying with the Progestins Plus, this is for all women, you guys, all women from when they start their period all the way till when they pass away. So Progestins Plus is not just for women in their 30s or 40s. It's for everyone. And your body knows what to do with it, and it will bless your body the way it needs to. For me, I never had a regular period. I had a hard time getting pregnant. I used this. I thought my friend was weird, but she gave it to me. I used it and I got pregnant with my son. And I tried Clomid for 6 months. They said, sorry, you're going to have to do some not in vitro, but it was something else. And my friend gave this to me and I was able to get pregnant with this oil, and I gave the oil back to her and still didn't believe it. Yeah, that was me. Stubborn. But it was the oil, I can tell you now. The other thing I was going to say with Dragon Time, it is seriously amazing. I didn't like the smell because it smells a little bit like black licorice. Okay. It's a blend. And I totally agree with Sean, where buying blends is the best bang for your buck. The Dragon Time I use on my inner thighs, my lower back, and my lower abdomen. I only use it when Sean, says kind of when you're starting to, before you get your period, you're kind of a little cranky and you're just moody, or maybe you're emotional, or you feel like the world's going to fall apart. Get that Dragon Time on you, seriously, and just use it all throughout the day. I'm not saying just once. Use it, in the morning, maybe you go to work, and then use it when you get home, and use it before you go to bed. It's a magical oil, you guys. It's magical. It is a little higher priced, but that will help as well. Okay. The other thing I don't think Sean mentioned was dryness. Sometimes women struggle with dryness. It could be, different times of the month. Sensation massage oil is fantastic. And if you don't like the smell of Sensation massage oil, just use the V6. That's a great lubricant that you can use for anyone. Okay, guess what? I get to talk about the men. And we don't even, I don't have lots of experience in this, but I am going to share. Oh, yes, that's what I was going to say. And if you're struggling really quick, because a lot of you talked about low libido. If you're struggling because there's energy, you're struggling with energy, Super B is the most amazing supplement. It's the best Super B complex that we have. It's inexpensive. It is so comparable to the health food store of their vitamin B complex. It works so well if you're needing energy. A lot of times, whether it's stress or, like Sean was saying, there's that mild stress we don't realize. Maybe we need that Super B, and maybe, you're planning your session or whatever with your spouse, loved one, and you maybe need that energy. So take it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so you have energy for the evening or whatever. So Super B is another great supplement that I would highly recommend that is great. Okay, so with men, a lot of times they deal with the low testosterone. Maybe they have the low libido and it's not the female. It's more common in women, but there actually a lot of people on our Young Living team have come to me for that. And so it's kind of trial and error. And I've used this Lucy Libido book. But with men, one of the first oils that women hear about is Shutron. It's a higher priced oil. You use it as a cologne, and Shutron to me smells amazing. I love it. I think it smells so great, and I can't find my notes where I wrote about Shutron. Well, so let me tell you how you use it first. So the men, you can put it in the diffuser, but usually men, you can put the roller fitment on it and just have them roll it on. It helps them with their libido, but it also has ylang-ylang in it, which is kind of like the yin and the yang, where they bring together those, I can't remember what it's pheromones and something else, but they come together. My notes I can't find right now. Putting together, and you bring the husband and the wife together. It's quite an amazing blend. So I highly recommend that, and actually draws the woman. If you're struggling, when he wears it, it draws the woman to the man. So if you're feeling separated from your spouse, that is another great one to have him wear all the time. And it will draw it to you, or you can just sit there and sniff and smell it. So with that, I seriously had all my notes, and I was taking them all from Sean. Okay, Sean told me to talk to you about, she brought up goldenrod. It's exactly what it says. It makes the rod nice and firm. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Mel, okay? It also improves circulation. A lot of times men have a really hard time being firm or strong, or maybe it could be an embarrassing thing and it struggles. This one you can put right on the shaft. You can do it in capsules as well. Goldenrod, I think it's in stock. Do you guys know if it's in stock? I didn't look. It was out of stock forever. And I have so many women who have told me they literally have taken goldenrod and just put it on their spouse's feet, and it makes them have a drive. Okay. It's amazing. So a lot of people have had great success with this. Nutmeg is another one that can be used for a male or a female, like Sean was mentioning cypress. Nutmeg is good for energy, but it's also good for blood pumping. So you can use that on the male along with your mister, using mister is another essential oil too, and it is a blend. And mister can be a little tricky because it's good for mister, like for a man, but also women, sometimes it works for them too. I remember Shannon Hudson, we go to her trainings, like she craves mister, and it's something to do with her imbalance of her hormones. But for men, they use this as well to give them a drive, but it also helps them to be stronger and last longer. I have my mother on this call, you guys. I have to be really careful what I'm saying. No one's laughing. Okay, come on. You got to laugh. My mother is on this call and I'm talking about this stuff, okay?
I'm laughing.
Okay, but I'm not embarrassed to talk about this, but my mom can just laugh. Okay, Hung Kwai. It's another essential oil. It's called Confidence in a Bottle. So a lot of times men, if they have a low libido, low sex drive, you can use this every day as a cologne, and mixed with Idaho Blue Spruce. That's the other one that Sean was saying. If you really want to have a good combo in a diffuser for a man and a woman, it's ylang-ylang or your sensation or your joy with Idaho Blue Spruce. It is so fantastic. I can't even tell you how many people have had great success with that, where they just don't feel connected to their loved one. So Idaho Blue Spruce, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But this Hung Kwai, for me, it's an okay smell. It's not like, oh, I'm drawn to it, but it is a woodsy scent aroma. And you can wear it like a cologne, I said. And then that's pretty much that one. It's called a soldier serum. So it's to help them be stronger. So if men have a hard time, being stronger. Oh, I found my notes for Shutron. This is what I'm going to say is like Sean was saying, the best bang for your buck is to buy the blend. Instead of buying all of these, guess what? Shutron has the blue spruce, hinoki, and ylang ylang in it. So that's what I would recommend if the man needs his extra, strength to help with those pheromones. And then the last one, I told you Idaho Blue Spruce, which is a great one. Oh, so really quick about Idaho Blue Spruce. You can put this in a capsule for a man. And some of my friends have used this for their men. And they do 4 to 5 drops. They call it a wake up call. So if they're struggling, where the men doesn't have a drive, you put it in a capsule. You can do about 5 drops and the rest with olive oil is what I would recommend. 20 minutes before you're active or whatever, and it will totally help. So there's that. The book goes into detail, the Lucy Libido, you guys, it's the easiest book to read and it's a great resource. So I can't tell you enough, and it's really not that expensive. I think it's like 15 bucks. So there is to help take care of the men, like Sean was saying, supplements for women. There is one called, it's Prostate Health. It's for all men to use. It's a supplement that is great to keep their organs healthy and strong. So there's that. And I think that's all I'm going to go into. Those are kind of like the main ones that I have shared with people that have helped them and from the book. So I'm going to end so everyone can ask all their amazing questions.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording.